Sa free space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, let's do this.
This is my dog's product.
A Thanksgiving turkey.
I don't care if the turkey says the dog is a turkey. The dog is not the turkey. The turkey's the turkey. You turkey.
Okay. And I want to welcome you all to today's episode of GEDIO, in which we're going to be doing some Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the Sega Genesis. Let's see how I do. What's that?
I think that game has already rung that bell already because I remember being involved in another taping of the same game.
Yes. Except that was towards a run. This is part of GEDIO.
Oh, okay.
Taking on Diane and Kurt. One daily double hidden up there somewhere in one of these categories.
You are the category.
U.S. cities, miscellaneous, medicine, quotes, TV reruns, and finally, misters with MRs and quotation marks. We all know what that means. I'm going to start things off with U.S. cities for 100, please. This city opened a subway station at Hartsfield International Airport. What is Atlanta? Which, of course, is the capital of Georgia.
You are correct.
Atlanta is correct. So I have $100. I'd like to go to the $200 clue in U.S. cities, please. Built in 1742, Faneuil Hall was and still is a famous meeting place in this city. What is Boston? Boston, Massachusetts.
You are correct.
U.S. cities for 300. In 1867, Lancaster, Nebraska was made state capital and changed its name to this. What is Lincoln? Lincoln, Nebraska.
You are correct.
U.S. cities for 400. A Great Lakes port in New York State is the world's leading flour milling center. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to say, what is Buffalo?
You are correct.
It is Buffalo, New York, yeah. Let's close out the category, please. In 1847, the settlement of Yerba Buena changed its name to this, and in 1848, thousands of people came. What is San Francisco?
You are correct.
Ran through that category like it was nothing.
Now for this next photo, I think you're gonna crack up because the way his mouth opens is very creepy.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that once I'm finished with this game. Off and running with $1,500. What are Argyles?
You are correct.
Yeah! 200, please, for miscellaneous. Though found in a New Mexico forest, mailed to this bear's own zip 20252, go to Washington, D.C. Who is, Smokey? Smokey the Bear.
You are correct.
Yeah! 7 clues in a row I've answered correctly. Miscellaneous for 300. This singer's only #1 hit, American Pie, was so long it had to be divided in half to fit on a 45. Who is Don McLean, which was later redone in 2000 by Madonna.
You are correct.
Yep. Okay, miscellaneous for 400, please. In Texas and Oklahoma, roundups are held to get rid of these snakes. What are rattlesnakes?
You are correct.
Wow! 9 clues I've gotten right in a row. Miscellaneous for 500. It extends 50.71 miles from Lyman Bay on the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. I don't know. Kurt? Ha! He doesn't know! So Kurt is off to a bad start. Well, I'm off to a good start.
Very good start.
It's the Panama Canal. Panama Canal, that's right.
You are correct.
So Diane got that one. She has $500. She trails me by 2,000. Let's go to the next clue. Misters for 100. When you get mad, there's no more of this pleasant person. Who is Mr. Nice Guy? Or as Percival McLeish would say, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Thought you might like that.
The Peter Pan VHS.
Yes.
That had Jeffrey Katzenberg for a single second.
Correct. Underworld slang for the ringleader or the top banana. Underworld slang for the ringleader or the top banana. Ooh. I don't know this one. Does Kurt know this one? Mr. Big.
You are correct.
Oh, Mr. Big, of course. So Kurt is making reasonable progress. TV reruns 100. She was bottled in Baghdad some 2,000 years ago by the Blue Djinn. Who is Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie?
You are correct.
TV reruns for 200. On the Addams Family, this long-haired cousin hung around in the chimney. Who is it? Cousin It.
You are correct.
TV reruns for 300. Working for Bill Davis, Giles French acted as nanny to Sissy and these twins. Ah!
Sorry.
Kurt got it wrong. Kurt, the object of being on Jeopardy is to try to give the right response, not the wrong response. Diane. Ha! Diane missed it too. I don't know the answer myself, so I'm just going to hold back. Okay. What was the right answer?
No, the correct response.
Buffy and Jody. Buffy and Jody. Okay. I'll take TV reruns for 400. If you ask Phil Donahue who's that girl, he'd give you her name. Who is Marlo Thomas?
You are correct.
Let's finish the category. Laugh-In regulars Larry Hovis and Richard Dawson were both regulars on this sitcom. What is Hogan's Heroes? Of course, we lost Richard Dawson a couple of years ago. May he rest in peace.
You are correct.
$3,800 now. Let's go to Misters for 300. The ideal marital mate for a miss. The ideal marital mate for a miss. Who is Mr. Right?
You are correct.
How did I know that one? Misters for 400. And a person with an impeccable record or reputation, though not necessarily bald. Oh. Diane? Mr. Clean. Okay.
You are correct.
So Diane got that one right. Where'd she? Mr.'s 500. Just the guy to repair that broken toaster, or broken radiator, or broken TV. Oh. Oh, who was it? Mr. Fix-It. Oh yeah, Mr. Fix-It.
You are correct.
Kurt, you have 2 categories left to choose from. One of them has a daily double. Medicine for 100. To test for this, the eyeball is anesthetized, and a pressure gauge is put on the front of the eye. Kurt. Ha!
Sorry.
Kurt, you're making a big dum-dum of yourself. You know that? Diane? Oh, glaucoma.
You are correct.
Glaucoma, yeah. Next. Medicine 200. Oh, she found the daily double. And I know she's going to go $500. She has 700. Here's the clue. Light from these is being used to reattach retinas and erase birthmarks. Diane got it wrong.
No, the correct response.
Lasers. Next clue. Medicine 300. Device that's implanted to control irregular heartbeats. What is a pacemaker?
You are correct.
Medicine for 400. Once a drum major at Cornell University, he's best known for his famous maneuver. Who is Heimlich?
You are correct.
Medicine for 500. 4,800 at this point in the game. A spirometer is an instrument used to measure the capacity of these organs. Ooh, I don't know this one. The lungs. That's right.
You are correct.
So Kurt is out of the hole and has some money now. $300. One category left, which is quotes. Here we go for 100. W.C. Fields says, start every day off with one of these and get it over with. What is a smile?
You are correct.
200. This organ of animals is the foundation of their lives. William Harvey claimed in 1628. What is the heart?
You are correct.
300. All that money I have in front of me. In 1940, during one of his fireside chats, FDR said, "We must be the great arsenal of this." Kurt. What is democracy? Correct.
You are correct.
400. Man has injured every animal he has touched, wrote this great California naturalist. This one, I don't have an answer. Does Kurt have an answer? John Muir,
You are
or
correct.
however you say it. And we have one clue left on the board for $500. Let's take a look at it before we go to Double Jeopardy. Ends the biblical quote, "To everything there is a season and a time for every..." Kurt. And for every purpose, what is under the under the heaven?
You are correct.
So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm in the lead with 5,100. Kurt 1,500. Diane's in last place with 200. So she'll get to go first as we get ready to start playing.
Double Jeopardy.
Double the dollar values, put 2 daily doubles up on the board, and 6 all new categories. Let's see what we have.
Here are the categories.
Flags, the 1950s, French phrases, universities, world religion, and finally, musical theater. Okay. Pretty reasonable categories. Diane, start with you. Where do we go? French phrases for 200. Coup, the violent overthrow of a government, is short for this phrase. This one I don't know. Does Diane know? What is coup d'etat?
You are correct.
Oh, coup d'etat. Okay. French phrases 400. The French don't build castles in the air, but Chateau and Espagne castles here. What is Spain?
You are correct.
French phrases for 600, please. From form of Paris transport you'd be on if you were on the Chemin de Fer Metropolitain. Diane. A subway, and that is correct.
You are correct.
So Diane goes to $1,000. Universities for 200. A man-made element, symbol BK, was named for this city, home of the University of California. What is Berkeley? Berkeley, yeah. I think that's how you spell it.
You are correct.
Yeah, I spelled it right. Universities for 400. In 1986, this New York University appointed the first woman to head an Ivy League law school. What is Columbia?
You are correct.
Yep. I'll take universities for 600. In Texas A&M, the M stands for mechanical arts, while the A stands for this. What is agriculture?
You are correct.
Universities for 800. Phi Alpha Theta, Phi Beta Kappa, and Sigma 11 are 3 types of these open to both men and women. What are fraternities?
You are correct.
Yep. And I'll have universities for 1,000. Transylvania U, the oldest university west of the Alleghenies, is in Lexington in this state. Don't want to say Kentucky, because that sounds too obvious. Let's see if Diane knows this. Ha!
Sorry.
She loses all her money. So she fails.
Miserably.
Yes. Let's see if Kurt knows this any better. Oh, it is Kentucky!
You are
I was
correct.
afraid to say that because it sounded too obvious, but that's okay. Moving on. Flags for 200. The flags of Uruguay and this neighbor both have the Son of May, representing independence. What is Argentina?
You are correct.
Flags for 400. In auto racing, a flag of this color means caution, no passing. What is yellow?
You are correct.
Okay, flags for 600. Constellations seen on the flags of both Australia and New Zealand. Beer. Foster's, Australian for beer. And Diane rings in. Ha, she doesn't know.
Sorry.
So she goes in the hole. Foster's, Australian for beer. Kurt? Oh, the Southern Cross. Yep.
You are correct.
Moving on. Flag's 800. Daily double. And I know he's going to wager 1,000, so here's the clue. The U.S. Jack blown on the bows of ships is only this part of the U.S. flag, and Kurt didn't know it.
No, the correct
The
response.
stars. Okay. World religion for 200. In Hebrew, this word literally means fit, as in fit to be eaten. Okay. What is kosher?
You are correct.
Uh-huh. Flags for 1,000. 2 colors in common to the flags of Indonesia, Singapore, Switzerland, Turkey, Japan, and Poland. What are red and white?
You are correct.
Yes. 9,100 is what I have now. I'd like to have French phrases for 800. The kind of painting that's called a nature morte in French. Kurt. A still life. Yep, that's correct.
You are correct.
So Kurt goes up to 3,100. He trails me by $6,000 as we go to the next clue. French phrases 1,000, and there's the other daily double. I know he's going to go 1,000 on this clue as well, so here we go. They're thin pancakes flavored with curacao and mandarin orange juice. What are crepes Suzette?
You are correct.
That's correct. 4,100 now, Kurt. Musical theater 200. Yes, Toto. In 1903, this was a Broadway musical complete with Cyclone. What is The Wizard of Oz?
You are correct.
Musical theater for 400. The fiddler on the roof is fiddling on a roof in this country. What's Russia?
You are correct.
Musical theater for 600, please. Country that's the setting of The King and I. What is Siam, now known today as Thailand?
You are correct.
Musical theater for 800. I'm now in the 5 figures at 10,300. The title song of Stephen Sondheim's 1964 musical, I've heard Anyone Can Do This. What is whistle?
You are correct.
Musical theater for 1,000. This 1966 musical based on Jean de Hartog's The Four Poster requires only 2 performers and a bed. Does Diane know the answer? What is I do, I do?
You are correct.
So Diane's out of the hole, and she's got a little money now, $400. Diane, your turn. World religion 400. The holy day in the week of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. What is Saturday?
You are correct.
I'll take world religion for 600. Biblical event commemorated by the taking of communion in Christian ceremonies. Diane.
Hello.
Hey, Connor.
Hi, Aubrey. Hi, Lee.
You are
Howdy.
correct.
What's going on?
Oh, we're just doing today's episode of GEDIO.
Oh, you're doing your GEDIO right now, Aubrey?
Yeah, we're doing Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the Sega Genesis.
Nice. I like Sega Genesis.
Awesome. In fact, right now, I have a big lead with $11,500.
Woo! Wait, how much?
11,500.
Nice. Keep going.
I shall. So far, I haven't gotten any clues wrong this game.
Wow. And how are you doing, Lee?
I'm doing good, man.
Yay. So, yeah.
Yep.
I've been eating my dinner. That's why when you guys call me, I'm like, I'm having dinner, so.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, what are the categories, Aubrey?
There's only one category remaining, and
Okay, Connor. I'm glad you could come at the right time because I just came back from a laser disc
You are
show
correct.
before I restarted taping.
Oh, yes?
Check out this copy.
Oh, Bambi, the Laserdisc.
The one with the RKO logo, according to Aubrey.
yep, there's an RKO logo on there, alright.
I might get that a watch.
And I will go ahead and tell you, Connor, the last category of the game is the 1950s.
You are correct.
That's the last category we have remaining.
That Laserdisc is so big, Lee.
Yes.
Where do you get those? This is so cool.
Well, I actually got those at some obscure movie shop in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, the Laserdisc is like is sort of like a biological child of a DVD
You are
and a
correct.
vinyl record,
Oh, very nice.
where half the movie plays and then you have to flip the disc over.
Oh, good.
More Laserdisc, just so I could show the clear side.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
So let me remind you how big the disc looks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
You are correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
So big. So big. I don't know how. It's like the size of a record player, like a disc record player.
Well, I actually do have a Laserdisc player.
Holy cow. That's amazing.
You are
So
correct.
actually, last time we spoke, I came up with a suggestion where, as an actor, I thought I'd showcase a Halloween-centered musical called Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yeah, you wanted to do the Tim Burton version of Sweet and Todd.
Well, it all depends on whatever Aubrey wishes to showcase. If he wishes to showcase something tonight, I'll showcase it the next available day.
You can showcase it tonight.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
But I will say that so far I have 14,100, Kurt 6,300. Diane has no money, so she'll not be around for Final Jeopardy. Categories Presidents. Kurt.
Jeopardy only. Oh, yeah, how are your spooktaculars going? And how are your other GEDIOs doing?
Oh, they're doing just fine. Thank you.
I love it. I watch it all the time.
This is going to be the only clue I get wrong all
You are
game.
correct, Connor.
Because I don't know the answer, but you know how much I wagered?
How much did you wager?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. So I win with $14,100.
Wow.
And that is going to wrap it up for today's episode of GEDIO. I'll have another episode waiting for y'all tomorrow. Catch y'all then.
and until then, folks, keep your feet on the